Throwing ass on the gram, getting laughs at the stand. Only she can, OnlyFeehans. It's OnlyFeehans.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of OnlyFeehans with me, Kerryn Elizabeth Feehan, and our guest today. She has a special coming out. I'm going to let her tell you the title. It's pretty great. But our guest today is Sarah Tollemache.
Hello. Oh my God, there's so many people in here.
I know, it's live. We're live. Hey, simp. Hey, simp. Hey, simp. They're throwing quarters at us. You guys can't see.
I know, I'm always jealous of those podcasts that you're like your mom's house and they have the producers that are always actively laughing in the background. And you're like, what's that like?
5 guys on headsets are like, haha, laughing at everything Christina says and Tom.
I know. And I'm not a good laugh out louder sometimes.
Well, I think you're just discerning.
Just dead inside. Well, there's times where you're just like, now, I guess in stand-up you've been around, like, you're just like, that's great. That's a good joke.
I know. You're just like kind of pragmatic about it. Like,
I wish that was mine.
Yep. I want it.
I get kind of like weirdly bitter.
I get bitter and jealous all the time. I watch Yamanika. I'm like, why can't I be like a big sassy
just
black woman?
Just flowing on the stage.
Just ripping it up. Everything she said like comes out of her is funny.
Oh, I'm at a loss of words. I kind of like sometimes in hangs, I'm like, that was really good. Do you know what I mean? Inside your head, you're like, wow, I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. That just like, I just ripped it. And then on stage, you're just like, what's that one word? Like sometimes I can't even think of the most basic word.
Or I'm rambling. If I'm doing new stuff, I will dig myself into a hole. I'll just start speaking like tonally at the way that like the cadence that a comic talks in.
Yes, because you can actually Pavlov train an audience into laughing
rhythmically, right?
With rhythm.
Yeah.
Because I remember at going back looking at my last special to have like edit notes, and I had weirdly switched my premise and my punchline, and the crowd still laughed, and I was like, oh my God, they're so stupid.
You Chris Angel them.
Yeah, I did. But it was embarrassing. I was like, you got to fix that. So I had to do the second show, even though that wasn't the greatest turnout. But it was just one of those things where you're like,
it has to make sense or I can't. Yeah, it's going to bug me. Yeah.
You just go into auto
I've
zone.
I have like jokes. This is my ex brought it up to me after one of my mothership sets.
Okay.
That I used to say, or no, but yeah, I wasn't like the little boy. It wasn't like opening for Joe, but whatever. Still, I would say I'm jealous of my sister. She's married. I'm single. And I guess I said, I'm jealous of my sister. I'm married. She's single. Yeah. And I didn't even notice.
No.
But luckily a man was there to point it out to me after.
Yeah. Sometimes have you ever caught it when you've done that and you're like, I don't feel like going back and correcting. So I'm just going to bulldoze through. Yeah. And then you sense the crowd and you can kind of hear a little chit chat like
she didn't understand that. Did she really say that? And then you're like, hey, I'm already on my next joke, assholes.
Hey, I know what I did.
I know what happened.
I know what I did, but there's no time and I don't give a shit about this show right now.
Do not disengage.
Yeah.
Stay engaged. I know. Some crowds are so good and they'll hang with you with like new stuff and like they'll be honest, but like they'll still like they see what you're trying to do and they'll like kind of give it to you. Yeah. And then other crowds are just like fucking mean.
Well, some are brutal because like you'll do a set, like say, sometimes I feel like the Grove, the audience seems to be very supportive. Yeah. So you can get away with some edgier stuff, even though you're on the right side of history, but you're toting the line of whatever contrarian. And then you're like, oh, that's great. I think I got it. And then you do it at another show. And then you're like, they make you feel like a complete racist
like you're psycho.
Asshole, or you're just like, done like extreme vulnerability, like mentioned that you were molested and now everyone's like weird.
Uncomfortable.
Yes. Then you're like, ugh.
You're like, they got it in Astoria, you fucking jerks.
I know.
What's up
Lighten
with you?
Up. So
you had a great set of Jam in the Van.
Jam in the Van was great. Yeah. Yeah.
Did they reach out to you about clipping your stuff?
I did, and they put a huge watermark on it right now.
They'll take it off.
They will. Yeah. I went through it and I told them what clips I wanted because I didn't want them to collaborate on the stuff that because half of it was new or like 1/4 of it was new and then the other 3/4 was
going to be in your special?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, those were about to come out.
You killed. I forget the comic that went after you, but he had trouble getting momentum.
Oh, I got to take his spot too. So I bet you he was like, fuck, I wish I was on time.
I don't think it would have mattered.
And you know what's fun is that he looked like one of those cool dudes.
Yeah. He hugged me. And listen, it's not that I'm so cold that I never hug.
Yeah.
But I'm not typically a first meeting hugger.
No, and I actually think I'm done with hugging in the comedy community because...
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Yeah, because it's like whenever I worked a day job, I don't come into my office hugging people for 5 minutes.
Imagine you hugged your boss. Hey,
hi. And if you get up from their desk and hug you, and it's just quite obnoxious. I'm like, I'm going to see you tomorrow or in a few weeks.
Nobody's dead.
Yeah, like I'm just done with hugging. So I'm trying to get on the fist pump.
Yeah, the fist pump is, I'm a handshake. Men hate it. They get mad when you go for the handshake. They're like, what are we? What is this? I was like, we're
business.
We're colleagues. Business. Can we just shaking hands can be perfectly intimate. If you go web to web, you make eye contact.
Or like this. I just go like this. To men.
You don't look at them.
No. They love that.
I'm fucking stealing that.
No, but handshakes can get weird too. I had this once. I think this is in the Philly Helium.
Okay.
This lady shook my hand and she alpha'd me where she gripped it so fucking hard that I almost had to buckle. And I don't know if she's doing it on purpose or she just says like...
doesn't know her own strength.
Doesn't know. But it's like, you have to know that is crippling what you just did. Yeah. But and then you kind of slightly feel their bitch.
Well, yeah, because you're like, hi.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Ow.
What do you need? You can go first.
It was like prison rules.
Yeah, guys don't like the handshake. Yeah, but I don't need a hug. I full on stiff armed them and ran away. This wasn't a comedian, but somebody wanted to hug me like during my birthday week or something, and I was just like, no, and I had to yell at them, no hugs.
Yeah. You can tell there's a moment of like, are we hugging or are we not? Mm-hmm. And then I always try to, I feel like I teeter on the time period where I'm like, I should have left because now it feels like
now I'm stuck.
That it feels rude that I'm just like openly denying their hugs. Yeah.
Some people you hug because I don't know, they're like older, and again, you haven't seen him for a while. But like sometimes, like I'm very rarely the hug initiator.
Yeah,
I'll acquiesce to a hug like now and then, but I'm never the hug initiator.
No, it's just like I don't know. I find it actually unprofessional.
Yeah,
but I will tell you one time. I got, whatever the word is, retained at the Paris airport because of my passport. Detained, yes.
I like retained. I think it probably works.
Yeah. And I was there for hours, so I got to watch the next shift come in of police officers.
Do they all kiss on the cheek?
Kiss each other on the cheek.
No way.
All of them.
French
so
are
they
gay.
do... There are cultures that do partake in like
Italian men too. They're always kissing each other.
Sometimes you're like, I don't know, when you meet somebody that's from another culture that does it, you're like, okay, I guess that's what we're doing. Yeah. I don't get offended by that as much as just like in America when you're like, I'm just tired of hugging.
Yeah.
In the comedy community.
I'm just over it. Especially, I don't need to do it every time. It depends. The guy where I get my haircut is Italian, and I fucking love him because it's just like it's compliment city when you walk. And he's like, ciao bella, yes, ciao bella, oh, so beautiful. And I'm like, dude, I'm a fucking 8 at best, and you are making me feel like the Queen of England. I love it here. I will tip you double.
Yeah, it does work.
Yeah,
like compliments when you know that they're like bullshit. You're like,
I'll take it.
Okay. Yeah, you do take it in.
I'll take it.
But sometimes there's a comic. Sometimes I feel like he got a manual.
Oh, Mabel, enough. All right, you're gonna go. I'm gonna put you to sleep. Yeah. All right, she's done.
Okay.
She's such a beast. She's so great sometimes.
Yeah.
And then other times, she just has this guard dog sense about her that she feels like we might be in danger, even though we're not.
Do you think she could help us?
If we were in danger?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd fuck someone up. She's big. She's scary. She's like a black German Shepherd.
Yeah.
I'm never afraid and she senses like if people are off.
Yes.
Like lately there's been like a few creepy crawlers, some like homely gomlies. I just made that word up down here, and she can just tell, and she doesn't like attack them or anything.
Like when you're walking?
Yeah.
Okay. Not like your new friends.
No, like most of like people she loves, but I did read that like because she is such a crotch sniffer, that's her like checking to see if the person is dangerous or not. I don't know how that would determine.
Like they just have bad hygiene if you're dangerous.
Imagine if that's how we did it.
I know.
You packing anything? Are you gonna cut me? You're gonna stab me? Anything? Can anything poke me in here?
Your pussy smells.
But when she like sees like a kooky bird, you know, that's like whatever, showering outside. Or
no shoes.
No shoes is a big, she'll growl a little and her haunches will go up. So my thing is like, I'm like, try something, you know?
Yeah, let's see what happens.
See what happens.
Yeah.
She's definitely going to like buy me some time.
Yeah.
At that.
As you run.
As I run. Bye, Mabel. Just getting machete to death.
Oh my God. Sometimes it's like a fear when you find out in dangerous situations how you behave, kind of like George Costanza when he ran and trampled all over the kids on the fire.
Right.
Yeah. Where you're like, oh, I hope I don't turn out to be one of those people.
I wonder, because it's like you try to gauge like the size of the person. Do they look like they have a weapon? Are they just crazy? Are they making eye contact with me?
Right. Or Scott, I have people like, you know, you think about like they're in your personal space in public and then there's no reason to be in my personal space. Like there's not like, it's not crowded.
Yeah.
So then you're like, well, you can see why people get nervous.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're in my personal space at the stop sign. Yeah.
Are you more or less nervous now that you're a mom and you have like a cub to worry about?
I don't know.
That mama bear thing?
I did have this thought the other day, like, what if I'm just like, I abandoned Marty and saved my life? Like, what if I am that kind of mom?
I don't think you would.
I don't think so either, but there is that fear. Like,
I think about like doing it with Mabel though a little bit too. Like I'll shove her into whatever is coming at me.
Yeah, because
Mabel's a dog.
What would you do in an apocalyptic situation?
This is a good question.
Because sometimes you're like, would I take the survival instinct being like, you're dead weight, I gotta go. But I can't even procreate anymore, so it's not even like,
you can make another one.
I can go make another one. Yeah.
You need to keep that one. For your legacy, for everything. Yeah, you gotta protect that one.
I'd like to think that I would, but
I think you would you would like, if there was like something, you would like dive on him to cover him.
Yes.
And sacrifice yourself.
I haven't been put to the test.
Let's do it.
Just yet. Yeah. That should be our TV show.
Show's running away, so you have to.
Yeah.
We're in LA. And Sarah's married to a nervous Nelly. He just doesn't like, and I get it. He just safety first. He was like that in Austin too.
Yeah, I think because like
what happened to him?
He thinks because he's the man, he's the one that has to partake in the violence. Where we're like,
right. I'm ready to fucking throw down though.
Yeah, sometimes my theory and my self-defense, and I don't think this is original thought, but I definitely have thought like my self-defense technique is like, let's just fucking do this. I mean, I'm okay with suicide.
Right.
Like, like just fucking kill me.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? It's like, my thing is like, you're going to have some bruises for sure. I'm coming for your eyes. I'm coming for your testicles. You're going to be hurting. I'm going to lose, especially if you're bigger than me, but I'm going to do my best. And I have been lifting weights. And so
I'm going to make sure my DNA is nearby you. Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like if you do kill me, like, first of all, if guys killed us, like the comedy community would be so mad. It's like, you'll get roasted.
And we will die martyrs, and then people will go back and look at our YouTube channel.
And numbers will skyrocket.
Yeah.
Talk about generational wealth. Wait, not YouTube. But yeah, a posthumous or whatever it is, posthumous fame will come to us.
Which I'm fine. I don't need to enjoy my fame.
No.
Like, it's okay if it happens when I'm dead.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think about that for like obese comedians. I'm always like, it doesn't matter how famous they get. They're not going to be here to enjoy it.
Right. Ralphie May.
Love her. He's going to fucking clip that. Yeah, no. Well, Joe I think his head's on a swivel. He does always know where the crazies are.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm like, I don't have, not to victim blame him, but I'm going to. I just don't have that much interaction.
Right.
With as much as he does. Like, yeah. He's had more incidents than I have. But sometimes I feel like...
You did get robbed at gunpoint.
I did, but even that was nerve-wracking, but still manageable at the time. Like, it's more scary in your head than when you're dealing with it.
In the moment.
In the moment,
yeah.
Yes.
In the moment, you don't have a choice, right? You have to deal with it.
Yeah, this is the only thing that you have to figure out.
It's the only thing you have to do today.
Yeah. Is to not get shot. And there was so when you're in the moment, you're not as scared as you think you'll be.
I think you're just like adrenaline's probably pumping. I mean,
yes.
I knock on wood, like I don't have a ton of, granted, if I'm like alone, like at night or in the morning, like I have the beast with me, and like
yes.
most crazy people just don't want to deal with like a big dog.
Yeah. The only thing that I have fear about is like, I don't want to be tortured to death.
Me neither.
Like you hear these.
Oh my
God. Have you heard these stories? Like woman was kidnapped and then kept captive under his bed with the wood box for 10 years. Yeah. That's so boring to me that I won't be able to look at my phone under the bed of a man for 10 years. Like
he's pulling off your fingernails. You're like, I just want to go on Instagram.
Can I just doom scroll? Like, I think I would be more. The torture would be that I would be more bored than like the torture.
Psychological, like the solitary confinement, like of it all.
Yeah, it's would be quite isolating.
Yeah. The torture itself would probably be like, oh, cool, we're doing something today. Is this on the vision board?
Challenge. Yeah.
I hate my nostrils. Go for it, Pepe.
Well, it's like, I was thinking about this, like, now that since we're both sober.
Yeah.
So one time I was depositing money, like quite a bit of cash into the ATM, and it was just cash.
Right.
And it sucked it in, but it didn't acknowledge that I had it, it like got stuck. So then I had this fear for about 2 minutes of like, I don't know how I'm going to get this money back.
Right.
There's no way of like canceling the cash from the employer that gave it to me.
No, yeah. You can't be like void that check.
There's no way to go to the bank and being like, out of that that $200 in your cash pile, that's mine.
Right. Right.
Like and I was like, I don't feel like coming all the way to the Upper West Side tomorrow morning to like discuss this issue. So I'm waiting
at this ATM.
Yeah. So and then finally after 2 minutes, like my adrenaline was pumping and it finally spat it out and it gave me all my money back. But it was the biggest rush I've had in so long that I was like, that's my new drug of choice is almost near death or like robbery horrible experiences, but then it just doesn't happen at the last minute.
The release.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I could do that.
This is my new drug.
Constantly. Yeah.
The ups, the downs. Yeah. I've been getting these like shots, these booster shots in my butt. And I think it's my new drug because I go to this place, Clean Market, where I usually get my IV drips, and I have a yearly membership.
Okay.
And I didn't realize that every month I get like 4 free booster shots.
So what's in the booster shots?
So there's a bunch you can choose from. I've been getting glutathione, which is like a liver detoxer, and then a cell protector. It's like Q14 or something. Vitamin B's, which is just like energy, and then the NAD+, which is like the anti-aging.
I think I've done the Q14 as a pill form.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But I don't, again, do you feel anything?
I have been, because I have been going like every other day because I had 26 of the and I think it's hilarious and it does hurt. Like especially the NAD feels like an electric worm going in your ass.
Yes.
And it's like it lasts for like 10 seconds, but it is painful and I do like sweat a little bit. So I'm like, this is my new drug. This is like my heroin or whatever. But it's good vitamins for me.
But then you come out and you're like, I just did something really positive for myself. Yeah.
And like I go in and like I think it's funny like the way that I like show up to the desk. I'm like, here to get my butt shot up because I get them all in my butt because it hurts less. And FYI, nurses, some of you, it's like I think you miss the course where you're supposed to learn the technique of shooting.
There is a technique because I had to do it for IVF. And every now and then you have to put the needle in a way slow enough, but like kind of almost pull your skin too.
That's what they did. That's
so you won't feel. But there were days where I was like, "Why is this hurting more than the other?" And I felt like it was just coming in at like blunt force.
Yeah,
rather than like
it's gonna be harder to do.
There's
it
like
to
a
yourself.
finesse to it to get it in there. Yeah,
some of the nurses are so good. And one, like as she pokes, she squeezes my butt like this, and you can't feel it at all.
No.
And I'm like, why aren't the other ladies massaging my bootay while they're shooting me up? I have to ask for that. Now I'm a pervert.
Well, they're supposed to learn how to do that because I saw this recently. There is a video of like if you do it properly to a balloon, you will not pop it.
Yeah.
So you'll just create the hole with
Mabel's like,
and they'll take it.
I was like, I'll take a fucking booster shot. Just like shoot me up. Yeah, the boosters have been good. So your special is called
Butthole Money.
That's such a smart title.
Well, thank you. Well, I thought I forgot what I was originally going to call it, and then I decided to just do that because I felt like it would be more fun.
It is
to share, and then I like to take something that you've said in your special.
Yeah,
that's weird grouping of words. So I thought that worked out perfectly. But yeah, it was just about like I was talking about the Cash Me Outside.
Cash Me Outside, Bad Baby,
and I was just thinking. Also, and you know that like I don't think doing porn anymore is like career hurting as it used to be or life hurting. It's definitely safer now.
It's safer, and it's actually like it seems to be like the women the power has shifted.
Yes, you don't have like a production that like exploits women. You get to control your own environment in it, and then. Now it's just like there's so much of it. Like it would be really hard to like actively go look for somebody if you were working in an office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they do. I feel bad for like teachers, like even like my little sister who like is a teacher. She's always sending me like stories about teachers like getting fired for like having an OnlyFans and this and that.
Yeah.
And my sister's always like, well, maybe if they fucking paid us some more, like we wouldn't have to have one. And it's also like, isn't there like, don't you have like a right to your privacy? Like it's one thing if like the teacher showed up with like her OnlyFans, like
and
follow me, boys. But if she is trying to keep it, you know, on the DL, it's like that's
her business,
right? Wouldn't it be on the fault of whoever the hell is trying to like dig it up?
They're the bad person.
Yeah,
because nobody would have known until they dug it up,
right?
Especially at a certain grade. I can picture high school boys trying to figure out if they have an OnlyFans, but I'm sure if they found out some of their. I mean, I remember my teachers, and I would be like. So weirded out if they had an OnlyFans because they were like,
well, mine were all 80-year-old nuns.
Yeah, who had like Cabbage Patch legs.
Oh my god, they had like my teacher. She like taught us typing. That's how old I am.
Yeah.
Sister John Francis, her toes like overlap. She would wear stockings, and her toes were like this.
Like I can't picture them. Like those kind of teachers having OnlyFans.
No, they all lived together in like a dorm. Sisters of Divine Providence.
Yeah.
If they had one, that would have been, they probably would have made bank, honestly, because like what a market, what a niche.
Yeah, I think I would like to watch like really ugly people have sex.
I do.
Yeah.
There's Cream Pie Kathy. Have you heard of her?
No.
Comments are going to pop off about Cream Pie Kathy because I know you fucking freaks.
Yeah.
So Cream Pie Kathy, like she, not to sound so mean, but she kind of like ruins every video. She's 100 and then
years old?
No, but probably close. Like she's at least 70. And I wonder what they'll let you pull up. Oh, wow. Oh yeah. I forgot we're just on the internet. So she'll get like a young hot chick in the mix. It's always like a gangbang. But like, and like the thing, I cannot climax to this type of porn because Cream Pie Kathy always comes in right when I'm about to come, and it just like takes me out of it.
Like a lot of ladies that you wouldn't know how to describe,
right? Like sort of like in a bingo hall, like,
yeah.
But see, she'll always get like a hot porn star looking chick. And a lot of times it'll be like, and the titles will get you too. Cause I love like a newbie. It'll be like first time porn for so-and-so. And then it's like all of a sudden you're getting into it and this like young chick's gonna gangbang. You're like, oh, this is great. I'm all about this. And all of a sudden Cream High Kathy's like, man, me too.
Yeah. You're like, oh my God.
It's like, beat
it's
it.
like almost more acceptable to see an ugly man in a porn.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my misogyny.
Me too.
Yeah.
I have the most, when it comes to porn, I have the most internalized misogyny.
Yeah.
I love a disgusting old man just having full pleasure with like a perfect young nubile girl.
Yeah, you can almost find there's like, oh, I guess he's sexy. Do you know? It's really bad.
I can't describe it, but it's physiological. It's like something happens to me.
I think you find out your weaknesses, your social, cultural weaknesses in porn. Yeah. Sometimes when you're like, oh, gross. And then it's a race of people. You're like, oh no.
But you were talking about like like people who are, there's like another girl who's on Pornhub who like I had just always seen on podcasts. Like she was this like young hot podcast girl who was on like, I don't know, just like the kind of like the TikTok-y girl podcast all the time. Like that's how I knew her. I had no idea she was really doing like full on porn.
Is this Anya Voles?
No.
Okay.
Is she doing full on porn?
I knew she was doing OnlyFans.
Yeah, I knew she was doing OnlyFans.
But I think she was like, I thought she had a good body, and I felt like her niche was like, queer happy.
Okay, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, so I'm for everybody.
Everyone.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's a wider market, broader strokes. This chick that I'm talking about is like very, very beautiful and like was on like the Barstool like podcast or like
Is it Jordan?
Who?
Lena the Plug? Lana
No.
Rhodes.
Is it Jordan
No.
from
Riley
Mean
Reid.
Girls?
No.
Pod?
No. This girl does like, what's her fuck? I don't know her name.
This is always like good
I know.
podcast
Sorry,
fodder
I'm the
when we're
worst.
like,
Can we have like a hair color or like
She's
something?
like dirty blonde hair. Look up I bet she's like one
Is
of
it
the
on
top
Barstool?
earners of OnlyFans. No, Tana Manju? No, not her. She's younger and much prettier. Pretty. Type in really pretty porn star. Really pretty young porn star. I pop up.
oh, wow.
You programmed this. How did you hack the system? Wait, hold on. I'm still lying. I figure I might. Lana Rhodes is all over. When I find her.
And these are all OnlyFans, right? Oh, there's Portnoy. Is that the one he's next to?
She would have been. Yeah, she definitely did Glenny Ball's show. His show also, like, why doesn't our show get just as many viewers as his? It should.
Glenny Balls?
Yeah, Glenny Balls has.
I don't even know who he is. Is he just because he's kind of funky looking?
Every guest is like a different OnlyFans girl or porn star girl, and he's just like, it's like he talks to them like he's just so excited to meet them, and he's just like sweating.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's like cracked the system.
Maybe
is that the right terminology?
Yeah, maybe butt crack sweat the system. Maybe. You might have to add the word anal to the search, Nicole. And I realize this is disgusting, but not disgusting. The body's beautiful.
It's just tough that it's also like young. So my search history just like has young.
Are you sure you want to do this? Do you ever want to play a game? Like I've always wanted to play a game like to write child pornography and see how long it take the cops to get to my house.
Wait, but
where you're like, wow, that was fast.
I think they are coming to my house one of these days, if I'm honest. Okay, here's the thing. I saw her on Pornhub.
Damn, even including Barstool didn't help. I was hoping
does she
for
do
a
anal?
face.
Yeah.
I feel like why are you, if you're on Barstool, does she have her own pod? They make decent money.
I don't know if she has her own. How did I lose that so fast? I don't know if she has her own pod, but she what was I on? Fuck, anal. Oh, she was like pretending to be a stepsister.
Oh, okay.
She is, yes. Stella Berry. You know how to spell Stella? Barey. But this chick I would see all of the time on like just your like mainstream kind of podcasts.
Oh, her Instagram is Anal Princess.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
She's like kind of girl next door.
Yes.
But she's dirty. Guys love that. Honestly,
like I think the porn that, and I've only watched one of her porns. The one that she made, I think it's like, it was smart.
Yeah. Well, you know, nowadays it's like you're competing with a huge market that you have to figure out a way to do the search engine optimization.
I think
or
it's
what
like,
gets people going.
What gets them going, yeah. And I think it is, again, like the internal misogyny type thing. But like if the woman is too into it, I'm not into it.
Yeah. I mean, I think to each his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She, like the video that I watched, she was like, oh, I don't even think that like a finger would fit in my butt. And like she's in her stepbrother's bed. She gets into her stepbrother's bed and she's like, will you come to the gym with me? And he's like, no, I'm not going to the gym. She's like, come on, come to the gym.
All on her OnlyFans?
No, this is on Pornhub.
Oh,
but
okay. Gotcha.
I wonder if she put it on her OnlyFans because it's got like millions of views on Pornhub. Because my stuff, when I initially started doing OnlyFans, leaked to Pornhub, a couple videos. And I had like a lawyer like take them down and then it stopped. Hopefully, I don't really know. I haven't looked up myself on Pornhub in a while.
Yeah.
But that might have happened, or maybe she sold it. But I mean, OnlyFans is just notorious for fucking leaks. They suck.
Oh, yeah.
But so but yeah, the video, she's like, will you go to the gym with me? And then she's like, I've never done anal. My butthole's too tiny. And she's like, look how tiny.
And it's really tiny.
And it's really tiny.
You're like, whoa, she CGI'd a tiny butthole.
And then she's like, try, just like put your finger. And he like puts his finger, and then it's like 10 seconds later, they're just having like full blown anal. And then like a minute later, she's like on top having like crazy anal. I'm like, it was not too tight. You knew the whole time.
Yeah.
You tricked us. But anyway, I don't know why I started talking about her, but she's pretty too. I could see her having like a film career.
Yeah. Or being on like Euphoria. And then from there, she gets like some music videos with Drake.
Right.
And then
And Millie Bobby Brown.
Drake sounds like a really cool guy. I'm gonna try to start a beef with him.
Really
and he's
smart.
like, what's going on over here?
You're like,
I got this broad.
You're like, I got a problem with you, Drake. I'm trying to
I have a beef with Drake.
trying to drum up some drama.
I don't think I've ever listened to his music.
I know a couple. I like a couple of his songs. I like
I just don't feel like if you've been on a Nickelodeon show, how do you have street cred?
Right. How are you hard?
Right. I don't. And then from Canada, that's another one too.
Week.
Like, so I'm not involved in the. I know it may seem like I am, but I'm not involved in the Kendrick and the.
I know people look to me for hip hop scandals.
But I'm on Kendrick's side because of the questionable Millie Bobby Brown text.
Yeah, I agree. And totally inappropriate.
And he's the producer of Euphoria, which sometimes I'm like, are we just watching
teen porn?
Yep. But it's okay because the actors
it's scripted
are adults.
Right. Or they're in their 20s. Yeah.
But they look like they could be 15. Like, I think that's what and I loved it.
Don't get me wrong, loved it. 10 out of 10. 4 stars.
More of that.
Yeah, I mean, he seems a little like creepy. Was that chick really young?
Yeah, she was dating, or let me look at the dates because I feel like she was 16 at most when they started dating.
Oh my God.
Let me look.
She got married young too. When you're like, why are you getting married young when you're like have tons of money?
Yeah.
You don't need, like, I don't know.
Love.
But it's so stupid at that age.
Maybe.
Can you imagine marrying the guy that you were dating when you're 20?
Oh yeah. So she posted a picture. All of this, of course, is resurfaced, and pictures of Kylie when she was young and whatever. People are like digging it up with the dates on Instagram.
Yeah.
So her birthday is in the year 2000. And this image from May 5th, 2016 of them says "too good" with a heart. And he's very close to her in this picture.
Yeah,
so they might have started dating when she was 16.
That's disgusting. And he was how old?
Probably,
I don't know.
Probably
30s,
right?
I don't know how old he
is. Oh.
He was born in 1986.
So he's 3 years younger than me.
Huh. Who does math here? Hold on.
None of us.
How old was he?
We're girl math. 30 whatever minus 16 equals gross.
Yeah. How old was he when she was born?
How old was he when she was born?
I don't know. I'm just going to do an educated guess. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
He was probably like 15 or 16 then. Wasn't he in Degrassi?
Yeah, but...
And that's a high school drama.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gross. It's all gross. Diddy's gross.
You know what's interesting about Diddy is like, oh, at least you know which dick to suck though now, because I've always, people always say like, she sucked his dick to get where, and you're like, I don't know whose dick to suck. And now it's nice to know that we know whose dick to suck to make it.
Who was I talking to?
He's gross. He's always been gross.
Yeah.
Because his mouth was always open like this.
Yeah, I just figured he was like a mouth breather and like had like nasal problems. Somebody was saying like, there's so many people who have like business deals with him though, that like when this all kind of like comes out and whatever happens, like people like Jay-Z and like Beyonce, like, are they gonna, be implicated or because
they keep saying Jay-Z's next, but
really?
You go online and you always see that, and then you're like, when is this happening? And then it never happens. Mm-hmm. Like I was thinking, remember the Russell brand? And then everybody on TikTok was like, and there's more, and you're about to find out about more. It's gonna be a huge comedy ring of sex pedophiles or whatever. And then you're like, it was just him, and then he managed to kind of like lightly skirt it a bit. Yeah. By being a born again Christian.
But do we think like Jay-Z's like doing like pedophile stuff? Like, does Beyonce know? Are they like the Clintons?
That's what it always feels insinuated, and then everyone harps back to the well-known elevator fight
with Solange.
That was really fun.
I know, and she was kicking him.
Yeah, because that was just like,
I thought she was mad that like Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce with that like Becky with the good hair, like Russell, whatever.
Who I think is dead now.
Really? I don't know, Sarah. Is she?
I don't know. I'm on TikTok too much, and I'm actually surprised that this is the world that. But I just like.
I think that should be your thing. They're dead now.
They're dead. They're dead.
I'm TikTok is like the one place I'm not actually on. I think I'm so like fully addicted to Instagram and YouTube and Twitter.
Well, TikTok I just get a lot of information on there that I know is not right, but it's just kind of fun to like indulge in it.
Yeah.
Well, because I get on mommy TikTok and they're like so weird. Some moms, I'm like, I feel bad for your kid. Because she's like, ever since I started feeding my baby purees from Gerber, I swear there's metals in that. He's got autism. It gets very conspiracy. And I was like, I feel like they recall so much shit from kids that would be something we would
know.
No, yeah. That I was like, and also people think their baby has autism when they're 6 months old, and you're like, they're just a baby. Like Mike,
they're not gonna have a dissertation.
Like, plays with his hands like this
he's just
a
on
lot,
mushrooms.
and he gets excited for bottle. But like I could go online and like piece these little movements and be like, this is how I, to ask me how I found out that my kid had autism.
And he was doing these choreographed movements. Yeah, the internet's fucking. My thing is like, especially because I'm all like, my algo is all like health stuff.
Don't you want to see other people's algos?
Yeah,
we should ask. There's a recent SNL sketch of like, they're like, let's look at our For You page, then the guys were like, you don't want to do that, and then they're thinking that it's porn, but it's just like this weird lady that they're into. But there was a thing that he was dating Camila. Cabello.
Yeah.
What's her name? I'm
you
a
nailed
mom
it.
now.
Cabello.
Yeah.
Cabela. Same.
He's really cute.
Shawn Mendes.
Mendes.
Yeah. Of the Mendes brothers who killed their parents.
Their little brother.
Who
happens to be a handsome and amazing pop star. But he actually could look like he's related to them.
Totally.
So there was online content of like Vogue or something of like, they asked like 20 questions, one of those popular things. They asked him if they could see his algo, and he wouldn't let them. And people on TikTok, and he wouldn't let them, and people have suspected that he is gay. And they were beards because
I believe it.
They help their status by dating each other.
Yeah.
Because
and
then
I
it
could see
becomes
like
news.
a Latino girl like that. She's like, yeah, sure, baby, I'll be your girlfriend, whatever, papicito, maybe your boyfriend, maybe not, whatever.
He's cute.
You want to suck a dick? I suck a dick. You suck a dick. We all suck a dick. It's no big deal, papicito. I get it. Spanish people are wild, man.
Oh yeah, they don't give a shit.
They don't care.
Yeah, because there would be like their stuff would. Their going outs would be just them walking down the street in their pajamas, but they look depressed, and it was like the low stakes publicity take.
Yeah.
And so like, why don't you guys get dressed and go eat at the Ivy or something?
Yeah. And so I always find
like
it
that. Yeah.
Right. Well, that I'm actually more intrigued. I love a casual shot. I buy it more. Like I'm stupid. Like I'm like, oh, I believe that. Like even that seems like a little like produced, but like I love a morning after. Like you're in your PJs, no makeup. I'm like, oh, they fucked.
You know what you should do let's help you get your clout?
Yeah,
we'll go to LA. Okay, we'll get some celebrities' homes, and then I'll pap you, leaving their place.
Yeah,
we'll make it look like you're leaving their place, getting in your car.
But then I'll goof it up and be like, I'll ruin it.
Yeah. So we can like stage some of these pap shots for you.
Yeah, you're always thinking of good ideas. Can you tell hot goss?
One hot goss.
I love this.
And this is online, so this isn't going to be pinpointed from a friend.
Okay.
That Obama's marriage is open and Obama is dating Jennifer Aniston.
Ah! That's crazy, but I believe it. I believe it. I could see them connecting.
Well, people have also suspected that chef that died.
Right. What happened to him?
Like the personal chef, they suspect that maybe he was his lover. But this is the problem. This is the problem with the internet. They think they know more than the inside world of these people. Like just take how we all wanted to free Britney Spears from her conservatorship, and now she's just like mental breakdowns and dating her carpenter who has 9 different kids. You're like, look what you guys did.
What was the most recent incident with her? Like the police?
Well, we were there. I guess she had a breakdown at the Chateau Marmont.
Okay.
I'm also amazed that I'm still really into celebrity gossip.
You're great at it. You're really good at it.
I just love tea, and I don't even need to know these people.
I have ADD, and sometimes I just don't take the next step to like get the whole story.
Yes.
Like I'll just be like, I don't know, something's going on with Britney.
Oh yeah. And then I'm like, and then I fill in the pieces with my own imagination. Yes. But it's low stakes when it's celebrities, because what are they going to do?
What are they going to do?
Like, are they going to come
not be
to
friends
me?
with us?
I know. Is Obama going to be like, I heard you've been spreading vicious rumors about me, and I wish you would stop. I thought we had something.
Yeah. I believed in you. I thought you believed in me.
Like, he's not going to confront me because I'm just like, I'm a complete nobody.
Well, you're just adding to the gossip fodder.
Yeah, I'm actually
it's already
just
out
helping
there.
to his clout.
Yeah. What's he doing? Golfing? He needs some fucking heat.
He's helping Joe Biden right now. I'm getting text messages.
Helping him what? Walk across the street?
Yes. Ride his bike.
It is like really depressing the options that we have for leaders in this country.
I'm like, I don't feel like we need
a leader, right?
Right.
Can't we just have these like women arguing in Congress? That's way more exciting. It's like The View. I love watching them get so mad at each other.
Was it? Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene being like, "I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over your eyelashes."
I know.
Yeah.
And then she said she had a bad built bitch. What is it? Bad butch built body, bleach blonde. How she got that many B's out?
Was that AOC that did that?
No,
AOC was the one that I think got upset, being like, "You do not do that."
Right? She was
you guys don't do that in the House of Congress.
It's like it's a farce. It's all a farce.
Right.
No, the black lady said it to Marjorie. She was like, "You have a bleach blonde, bad butch built body."
And
she had that in the can. She had that.
Of course.
She had that ready to go.
Like,
but I don't even know what they were arguing about.
I don't recall what bill or whatever policy
Me neither.
it was.
A lot of like, I kind of am starting to like get annoyed with the left and all like the transgender policies, to be honest, because I don't know. I've never been a big like Ted Cruz fan, but I guess this judge let a serial rapist in a women's prison. Did you see that?
Yeah, because sometimes every now and then there's just like an absolute crazy guy that's like, you know what? I'm transitioning.
Yeah.
And it ruins it for the
real transgender people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get those issues.
But like, as a judge, shouldn't you be able to like be discerning and like tell the difference?
Right.
I mean, I would. I'd be like, this guy like raped boys, girls. He's gonna rape whatever he gets his hands on.
Yeah.
So obviously he wants to be in the women's prisons because it's gonna be easier.
Yeah.
So
can I get a look at him?
Let me get a sniff.
Yeah, because
he was 6'2" rapist.
Right. Because you'll see, we have to tread lightly.
Yeah, we do. We do. I'm friends with a lot of wonderful transgendered women.
Yeah, when most of the time they're just living their lives.
They like,
and you won't know.
You wouldn't even know. Nikki Norton.
Yeah,
like she's like, I don't care. Like, I don't want to be in your locker room. I just want to live my life.
I'm just going around peacefully. Yeah,
ain't no shit, won't be no shit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like don't ask, don't tell, and you're like, great.
But then there's like a full on man who just won the track thing in Oregon State or whatever. He like won states.
Oh yeah,
did you see that?
They're not even
close. Like one girl came kind of close. Actually, I was really proud of her. I think she was like maybe a second behind him, but he was just like towering over them. And like my thing is like, how does that feel good? Like as a guy just beating all these women. Like,
well, I do have to say, one time I remember when playing Nintendo in the 90s, you could get this device and tag it on to the games, and it gave you all the cheat codes. And I still have to tell you, I still had a lot of fun.
Wait, that's a bit. That's transgender Nintendo. You became the man version of.
I did. And it was my sister and I dumbed down. We would play this game, Jeopardy, and we dumbed it down so we could answer every question. And we were laughing hysterically. We were like, it doesn't even matter. It's still fucking fun. This is still fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Sometimes you just want to go on that journey.
Right. Yeah, this guy got booed. It was high school?
Well, there is one in there's an African, I think she's South African, and she has the intersexual, but she teeters right enough, her last, and it's Siemens. Yeah.
Oh.
And she blows all the women out of the water.
And but she's like, legit. She has both genders.
I guess the terminology is
not supposed to say
intersexual. Yeah.
Bleep that, Nicole. I'm gonna get canceled by Jamie Lee Curtis.
Or just don't clip this. No one's going deep.
I know, I was like, we're pretty late in the pod.
If you're listening, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Like and subscribe. Well, but that just looks like a very strong woman to me, to be honest.
And she falls under the guidelines of it.
Right.
Under Olympic guidelines, because they also came out saying for right now with the research they're citing, like you have to hit a certain amount of, I guess, hormone points or levels is what I'm trying to get
It is tricky,
at.
and you are right. We need to tread lightly. These are like human beings. It's just like this.
There are cases like the outlier situations where you're like, come on.
Come on, Leah Thomas. But like, yeah, she just seemed to me like that. Yeah, that does. She just seems like a crazy, and she. You got to assume that if they're competing at this level, they're passionate about this sport. And I think that the concept of barring them from competing is shitty. It's like not a nice thing to do to like an athlete.
Right. Like I understand the female athletes outrage because they're like dedicated their whole life. And then a guy that went through male puberty that decides to transition is just fucking
blowing them out of the water.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like also like an opportunity and like money thing too. If like he's winning states, he's maybe getting the scholarships.
Yeah. Where you're like, then you just see that like college recruiters are just going to go look for trans athletes. And then
Right.
With the whole work that we did with Title IX throughout the 70s for female sports to get funding, feels like, oh, then that's just like blown out of the water. But there's such a small amount of cases.
It is a fraction of humanity.
I'm just trying to backpack. Again, thank you for listening.
I think we really covered a lot. You're very good at being diplomatic.
I support anybody and everybody. And if I get canceled, just know I will apologize for
anything.
A certain amount of money.
Well, I follow Riley Gaines, the swimmer, and like...
Is that the female that's been outspoken about all of this? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, listen, do I align with her on most things? No, she's too Christian for me. She's a real Bible beater. But I do think she has a point. And I do actually think it's like in these woke ass times, it's scary to speak out against, like, you seem like you're homophobic or transphobic or you know what I mean? And
right. I commend her and I feel like she is going about it professionally and she's not being distasteful or anything like that.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, people
I'm
get
sorry.
so
Leah
fucking...
Thomas. I'm sorry. That's one of the biggest people I've ever seen. Like, if you are an entire length of the pool, you're gonna win.
Well, it's just what do they talk about? Like, there's certain things that men are just stronger and faster at, and that, like, let's just think most sports are going to be affected by this, but they call it the thrust, meaning like how fast we can get from zero
started.
to that men have a huger advantage over us.
I'm sure. Look at the size difference. It's crazy. Yeah. Come on.
But every now and then you meet a big bitch.
You're right.
You meet a big bitch. But again, that's like, I don't know. They talk about that with the UFC too, is like men also have a denser bone density. I don't know if that's the right way of saying
Makes
it.
sense.
So even if they're the same size, they still can beat the shit out of you.
Right.
With the bone density.
With their bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you have it. We covered. I mean, we fixed it.
We fixed it.
We fixed it. No more problems.
I don't know.
It's a delicate and nuanced subject, of course.
Right.
It's just like when they're on these like big stages and like competing for these like huge like history changing titles.
Right. And their livelihood and their whole life has been dependent on this.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're like, can't you just give him a Wheaties box so he can get the money at least?
And it's like, I guess also...
Even Caitlyn Jenner is on the side.
She's on Riley's side.
Yeah.
She's on the girl side. The girls, the real girls.
But people... But even she gets shit for being...
She gets shit for hypocrisy and drunk driving.
I know. I know. It is, yeah, all of it.
She's a mixed bag.
Isn't life just really funny?
Funny. I like being a comedian. I guess it is. So sorry, this is the last thing I'm going to say. Like, if I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes of somebody like Aaliyah Thomas, right? Who, you know, let's say you really, in your heart of heart, you believe you are a woman, right? And you also, you know, are an athlete who desperately wants to compete and swim. But there still has to be this like little like part of you when you're looking at these other people that you're just fucking blowing out of the water. Like those wins can't feel as good.
No, and then also you're like, you, especially with a sport like swimming or running, you're usually supposed to like kind of compete against yourself.
Yeah,
you're really just trying to beat your previous
record.
time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully,
I wish her love and light.
I'd like to see where she goes after this.
Yep.
What other sports she's going to dip her toes into.
Yep. I'll be following her journey. Really good choice of words. I hope she starts taking up diving and maybe there won't be any water left in the pool. Okay. Thank you for being a guest.
Thank you for listening and making it this far into the podcast.
Everybody watch Sarah's special. It is called Butthole Money. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to go fucking viral. So get in early. Right?
Yeah, get it. I'm sitting on it right now. I just can't.
Pull the trigger, baby. Pull the trigger.
I need people to book me on their podcast, is what I'm saying.
You will.
Are you garbage? We might be drunk.
Yeah.
Stavy.
Oh, easy. You got all those easy. No problem.
We'll see.
She's going to do a little promo tour and then she's going to drop the spesh.
And then I am out and I will transition and become a male comic and dominate the scene.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Throwing ass on the gram, getting laughs at the stand. Only she can, OnlyFeehans. It's only Feehans.